Finger's going to take advantage of that battle. Grant's just been solid all day long, gets another spot there.
9 truck into the 9th spot.
Greg Cruz now sets up that run off of turn 7. We talked about they're 3 wide as they enter into turn 1. Thomas Annunziata on the inside, that road course racer, he's going to try to outbreak both, and he's able to do so for the first part of the corner.
Wow,
One of those drivers here just for the win, that Thomas Annunziata. We have quite a few of them. They don't have to think about the big picture and points.
Getting used up a little bit there. Brett Cruz sideways off of 2, able to recollect it there and stay in front of Brandon Finger, who had just gotten by on the front stretch.
What about the intensity? I told you as we got toward the closing of this race, these guys are going to start pushing and shoving, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
Look at Cam Waters, up 4 positions, knocking on the door of a top 10.
Look at those big moves, diving out of line, trying to get any space they can.
So good.
Passing is at a premium. A lot of battling. Tanner Gray there inside of Jake Garcia. As you see, Corey Heim just continuing to put a little bit of distance between he and Lane Riggs.
Daniel Hemrick dives to the inside of his teammate Tyler Ankrum. Issue here for Craftsman.
Saw him go off course, brought it down pit lane. Meanwhile, the rest of the field, Corey Heim up front running about 95 miles per hour. Ben Rhodes, Tyler Ankrum back there in the 99 and 18.
Yeah, Daniel Hemrick not having the weekend I expected for him. Has been around 20th place most of the day and 19th now. Both of his previous truck starts on road courses were top 5s, Michael. He would have been a name with his Cup experience and Xfinity experience. I would have thrown in the hat to be a top 5, maybe a top 3 guy here.
I couldn't agree with you more. It started in practice. Never did show much speed in that 19 Napa truck. Currently, number 19 is in 19th, where he's been most all day.
Tanner Gray right behind him.
Tanner recovered from that early off-track excursion, competitive inside the top 20. Jake Garcia is looking him over in that 13 truck.
So much more dirt on the racetrack, the most we've seen all weekend. Jack Wood side by side with Matt Mills.
Battle for the 22nd spot. See Dawson Sutton looking on. Good battling all the way throughout the field. This is what we've seen all day.
There's the leader as he crosses a 1-second lead over Lane Riggs. Riggs has shrunken that gap a little bit from what we've seen today.
Already at 20.
Well, that time by, they both ran a 55.40, exactly the same time. So that tells you Lane's on the gas and having as good a lap times as he's had all day.
And you've got to wonder here, how much do you plan for a late race restart? You know, if you're Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, if Lane's pushing over, 42
Matt
goes
Mills
around, Matt
goes
Mills.
around.
Look at the dirt on the nose.
But if you feel like you've got a little gap, you got to take care of that thing. You know, you don't need a 7-second lead now. You don't need to check out from 3rd place by that much. If you're Lane Riggs, you probably push as hard as you can to go put pressure on Corey. But for Corey, I would imagine you just do everything you can just to maintain a 1, 2, 3 second lead here. Right on the edge of that grass as they turn in, maximizing that angle.
Big bend, 1 and 2, then we're over to the only left-hander here on the circuit. Corey just precise all day long. Hasn't really put a wheel crooked all day. And everybody else is just on the edge, trying all they can to cut into his margin of dominance.
Connor Mozak just behind the 34. Talked about what a nice job he's done today. Got himself moved up into the 3rd spot.
What about this variety of races? We got a couple of short tracks, another road course. Majeski's so good a year ago.
You look at, you know, the playoff standings and the
This is
intensity.
crazy. Look at this. 3 spots remain, and there's only 3 races after today to lock yourself in.
Well, and with those races you just mentioned, you talk about Ty Majeski at road courses. He won IRP in Richmond last year. So he's got a shot at winning one of those. That knocks out a spot. Caden Honeycutt, we mentioned earlier in the show how impressive he has been everywhere. First time at this road course, any road course, running in the top 7. We have Watkins Glen on the schedule coming up, and we know anybody can win there as things get dicey. And so this could be the season that we see 10 winners to make 10 spots in the playoffs for the Truck Series.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Gio Ruggiero get a win in one of these final 3 races. He's been solid all year long.
And a great short track racer. That's the background he comes from. Has shown a lot of speed.
And don't count out their buddy Grant Enfinger. He's won an IRP before. He can get it done there as well.
And Ben Rhodes, a 2-time champion. He's got a different crew chief now. We'll see if they stick with that program after this little break that we'll have. And he's in a must-win at this point. He's so far outside of the bubble, but he can do it.
I still think it's just so cool watching him slipping and sliding off the downhill turn there. Just so much power down, trying to take advantage of that long front straightaway.
Jordan Taylor, first truck race. He's kept it in the top 5 all day long.
Done a nice job getting used to this vehicle.
Guys, I get a little PTSD when I come back to Lime Rock. My first ever test at a road course was at this track. Mike Ricci, that runs